As I was working, my preparation happened mostly on the weekends, and I was really persistent on the weekends uh, due to the lack of time. Also, I used to take sectional mocks on each weekend to adapt with the time pressure on the exam day. And on the weekends, instead of allocating more time continuously, I used to allocate uh, some time in intervals of time. So what I used to do was during the coffee breaks, I used to read some articles to improve my reading ability. And also, I used to wake up early in the morning and allocate 1 to 2 hours of time to solve an LRDI puzzle and some quant topics, and also allocate 1 hour at the end of the day, like post working hours. Actually, I didn't stick to a particular timetable due to the work, but what I used to do was setting a goal for myself for the day really helped me to complete some topics. Like the goal of the day can be solving previous year question papers or any LRDI puzzle or reading a RC passage. So after some days and some sectional mock test, I understood that VRC is my strength, and I really have to focus on the accuracy of VRC. So the main strategy that I implemented for all the sections is whenever I see a question that I'm really familiar with, I used to solve that question right away. I didn't wait to complete the end of the paper, like to read the paper entirely, but instead, whenever I see a question that is familiar with, I used to solve that. It will really make me less anxious and may it will save a lot of time for me because if I do not solve any questions until like 30 minutes, I'll get anxious and I'll feel that I'm not solving any. So this helped me to handle the anxiety on the exam day as well. And the next thing is everyone has their favorite topics in each section. Like for me, parajumbles and passages are my favorite in VRC. So whenever I open VRC section, I will go for them first and solve the passages next. Also, we can use some technique like solving the passages first and then other objective questions next. Because, but in my opinion, solving passages really drain a lot of energy and it will cause anxiety to solve the objective questions. So instead, what I used to do was solving the parajumbles and sentence completion first, and because I really like solving those, it will make me more energized to read the passages next. So I used to follow this strategy in VARC, and for LRDI, I used to take a glimpse of all the passages there. So I used to pick an easy one and allocate 2 to 3 minutes for the question. If I get stuck anywhere in between the questions, I'll just move on to the next question because I know that LRDI is the toughest known section in the catechism, and the question can have some unexpected twist. So instead of wasting any more time on a question that I'm still stuck with, I'll move on to the next question and try to solve that. And I'll come to the this question at the end, where if I'm not able to solve any other questions. And as I said, there will be a favorite section, favorite topics for each section. Like in LRDA, if I see any seating arrangement question, I'll solve it right away because I know that I'm really good at the topic. So what I suggest is just pick your favorite topics and uh, try searching for those questions in the paper. And similarly, in the quant section, we can say that there will be a lot of similar questions. So what I suggest is instead of going through all the questions, pick the easier ones, because quant is a mix of easy, medium, and hard questions. So picking the easier ones will give you an advantage in the exam. It will make you more accurate. And So some tips really helped me in cracking the CAT exam. So one thing is we need to understand that solving all the questions in the paper is not really necessary. But instead, solving some questions with greater accuracy can get you a really good percentile. So I understood that completing 40% of the paper with 80% accuracy is more than enough to get you into a good college. And the second tip is to ace the VARC section, you have to read very often. Let it be magazines, newspaper, anything. Let it be anything. You have to read more often until the exam day. And the next thing is do not get disheartened by the mock scores because mock scores are not really telling you that you will get the same scores on the exam day. In my case, personally, I used to get very low mock scores as 10, 20, and very high scores as 100, 120 as well. But that really doesn't matter on the exam day. What matters is how you handle the pressure and stress and how you remember the topics on the exam days. Really, what is gonna get you a good score in CAT percentile. Okay? For the quant section, try to understand so many methods like shortcut techniques that can be used to solve them. Because quant section is all about the number of questions with accuracy you are solving. So most of the people, other people will be solving the quant sections easily. So in order to be on a safer side, you will have to solve more number of questions from the quant side.